A very good and happy Friday morning to everyone out there. We've made it officially to the end of the work week. A big congratulations given that intense heat and humidity. Unfortunately, that's not going to be going anywhere, at least over the course of the next 5 to 6 days. Landon here with you early this morning, bringing you your weather and eye forecast courtesy of On Target. You can see we've got a similar setup out there, folks, that we have been dealing with. We continue to have an area of high pressure lodged over here near the Appalachians. Clockwise flow is going to continue with this southwesterly flow that's going to continue to pump that rich, warm, moist air here across the region. We got a boundary up here that's going to try to drop into Illinois and Indiana throughout the day, but it looks like it's going to be keeping the bulk of the activity well north of the region. We might have a few pop-up storms to deal with, but outside of that, it's going to be another day of that hot and sultry atmosphere we're going to have to deal with. Taking a look across the region, Barren River Lake Sky Cam, an immaculate sunrise. What a masterpiece out there. We had cotton candy skies a short time ago with a variety of pinks and purples in the sky. But with the sun coming up over the horizon, we're starting to get a little bit more than that. Better view of what I was just discussing there. We're looking at our WRUS camera. We're looking 431 north down in Russellville. What a beautiful sunrise to take in, folks. Grab your cup of joe, head out on the front porch and enjoy it before it gets a little bit too hot and humid to bear in the great outdoors. It's the same old song and dance with how we're starting out. We got readings located right around the low and mid 70s, both in the temperature and dew point department, catapulting highs back up to right around the mid 90s. Triple digit heat indices, all but a guarantee. You all know the drill by now. It's going to be a lot more of that today on through the weekend, but we do have a glimmer of hope with what appears to be a major sign of relief rolling in here during the middle to latter part of next week. So we'll get more into that here in just a moment. You see the front located well off to our north and west early this morning on the latest surface map. I'm going to progress into our Saturday. It's going to be the same song and dance. Get into our Sunday, that front is not going to get near our vicinity. Very hot and muggy down to the south of that boundary. It's the same story, folks, this broken record that we're going to be dealing with here, all right? So, as we work throughout the upcoming days, and we work throughout today, we are going to be focusing on a few pop-up storm chances as we work into this afternoon. You can see here with that wave coming up here out of the south, it's going to be a storm roulette. These are going to be isolated to widely scattered at best in nature. Air mass thunderstorms, severe weather is not anticipated, but any of these rogue isolated storms that get going, gusty winds, frequent lightning, excessive rainfall, all right? With the loss of daytime heating, we're going to lose that activity very quickly. And we work throughout the weekend, it's going to be the same story. These pop-up little air mass showers and a rogue storm or two developing. But outside of that, it's going to be extraordinarily hot and muggy underneath partly to mostly sunny skies all the way through the weekend. And you can take a look at our heat indices and what we can expect in that regard. We work into this afternoon. Folks, look at this morning. It's got us right on the cusp of 100 degrees with a heat index there by 10 to 11 a.m. this morning. We're going to be maximizing that anywhere around the 100 to 110 degree mark each afternoon. Here we are looking at our Saturday. It's going to be similar, well up into the triple digits. We get into our Sunday. It's going to be the same again, and this is pretty much going to continue at least through Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. Now let's talk about where our eyes need to be focused on. And that is sweet relief that's going to be arriving here as we get into the middle and latter part of next week. Here we are working throughout today. We get into tomorrow. We roll through Sunday. We get into Monday and Tuesday. And folks, you'll note this surface high is not going anywhere. It is locked in right here across the Appalachian Mountains. Clockwise flow will continue that light southerly and southwesterly flow that's going to keep the heat and humidity around. This continues all the way through Monday. This continues into Tuesday. And then finally, as we work into our Wednesday, you will notice that high pressure gives way, and that is signaling with the upper levels of the atmosphere, that big ridge we were looking at there yesterday is finally going to break and build more off to the west, and that's going to allow a trough to develop over the eastern tier of the United States. This is going to allow for a cold front to arrive here out of the north and west at some point in time between Wednesday and Thursday. And by the time we get the front south of the region, at some point in that time frame, it looks like we'll be rolling into the latter part of our Thursday or even into the early morning hours of our Friday with the front finally to our south, and we want to see this area of high pressure to our north. That is great news for us, and we're about to show you why. Clockwise flow around areas of high pressure, folks. Model guidance are already in agreement on this, the long-range models. Hopefully they hold true, but cold front bringing scattered showers and storms by the middle of next week, and then we will dry out rolling into Thursday and Friday of next week, roughly a week from today, with a cold front down to our south that's going to shunt the moisture down across the deep south and the Gulf. And then that area of high pressure is going to usher in a cooler, but more importantly, less humid air mass that it's going to usher in out of Canada, right? So right now we're hoping that this comes to fruition. Keep your eyes right there on that area of high pressure. It meanders all the way through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week. So again, folks, keep those digits crossed out there. We got sweet relief in sight. And I don't know about you all, but I'm ready for this relentless pattern of this heat and humidity to finally break here across the region. Speaking of the relentless heat and humidity, we are underneath a heat advisory again today. All right, we got heat indices anywhere from 100 to 110 degrees expected. This is going to be lasting through 7 p.m. this evening. If you're spending extended periods of times in the outdoors, drink plenty of fluids, reapply that sunscreen as necessary. Take a look at the heat wave. This afternoon, readings around 102. Same with tomorrow. Up between 105 and 110 degrees beginning Sunday, taking us all the way through Wednesday of next week. And then, it doesn't sound like a lot, folks, but Thursday into Friday of next week, heat index of 94 and 88 is a far cry from 110 degrees. Even though that remains hot, we will take any relief in any way, shape, or form that we can get with what we've currently been dealing with. Here's your full 6-day weather forecast breakdown. Only an isolated rogue pop-up shower or storm. Today, highs right around the low to mid-90s, triple-digit heat indices. Folks, it's going to be the same broken record forecast throughout our Saturday and Sunday as well. Might break out a few more scattered storm chances in the Saturday and Sunday afternoon time frames. But rolling into early next week, 96 to 98 degrees, real-time readings on the thermometers. That tells you all you need to know about those triple-digit heat indices, folks. They're going to be a guarantee for us, all right? And then we roll into Wednesday. We're still going to hit 98 degrees, but that is going to be ending up dropping with the passing of that cold front. Hopefully it'll arrive here sooner rather than later. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Friday morning weather or not forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Stay cool out there with this relentless pattern we're continuing to have to deal with. Have a fantastic, blessed week.